Hello, everyone. It's Makeda Valletta, also known as the Body Scientist, and I hope you all are doing well today. I'm currently live on IG and YouTube. So if you follow me on IG but you don't follow me on YouTube, be sure to follow me on YouTube at the Body Scientist 81. And if you're on YouTube, you don't follow me on IG, be sure to follow me on IG at the_body_scientist, because I don't always post the same things in both places. And in case you're unfamiliar with me, I am an exercise and sports science, strength and conditioning coach, holistic sports nutritionist, doula, dancer, and I have committed my life to studying all the ways we can take our bodies to its highest level. I also have a background in biotechnology, and when you're dealing with nutrition and exercise and sports science, you're dealing also with a lot of chemistry, a lot of physics. So I have a very good background in science, and my focus and specialty is how it all pertains to the body and our optimal functioning. So today, I just wanted to do a little talk about the importance of testimonials and also acknowledging our teachers. Those of you who follow me, you know that I often mention different books and resources and people that I've studied with. My undergraduate work was at the University of Delaware, and then I went to graduate school at Columbia University Teachers College. But a lot of things that I learned was not from school. School gave me the scientific background and foundation, but there's a lot of things I've learned from outside of school and has aided in me being as knowledgeable as I am. And I'm very picky about who my teachers are. I'm very picky about who I listen to. Okay, very picky about that. I do not jump on bandwagons. And in the Black community, you have a lot of people who will act so-called Afrocentric, and then you have all these Black people jumping on their bandwagon, but the things that they're talking about is utter nonsense, okay? So for me, I'm very picky about who I learn from and who I consider a teacher. Now, as a dancer, I often talk about the things that I've learned about the body and high-level performance, transforming trauma, sacred sexuality. I've learned a lot from dancers of the African diaspora. And I have studied with many people. I've studied a lot of Afro-Haitian, Dominican, various Afro-Cuban, Afro-Brazilian, Afro-Colombian, Afro-Puerto Rican, Afro-American dance forms. But one of my most, I would definitely say that I've learned things from all of these dance forms, but Haitian folkloric dance has definitely taught me a lot. And two teachers in particular, one woman named Micheline Pierre, in New York City. I learned a lot from dancing with her dance company, Micheline's Haitian Dance Company. I learned a lot from studying with another teacher, Peniel Guerriere, in New York City. And there are Afro-Brazilian teachers I've learned a lot from. Also, going to Haiti 10 years ago, all those things are experiences that taught me a lot, just in terms of the medicine in Black dance and dealing with trauma, transforming trauma, and stuff like that, right? Which dealing with trauma and transforming is really important for our health. Also, since 2005, I've been working with Nani eggs, or some people call them yoni eggs, and I've been working with them since 2005, 15 years now, it's kind of crazy. And I've been teaching women since 2007. With that, a lot of my teachers were the women that I taught. There was, for a while, there was a woman named Saida Desalit, who is in, Hawaii. And she was like the person that I had learned the most from when it comes to the egg back then in 2005, 2006. Around 2007, when I started teaching and I traveled around the country and to Costa Rica, there's a lot that I learned from teaching other women. A lot of things I learned that wasn't in books, okay? And then I'm also a doula. And in case you're not aware of what a doula is, even though I don't do it often because it's a huge commitment, But doulas assist women in labor, okay? We're not midwives. We do not do clinical work, but we are there for women and support women through labor and help women get through it, right? And so I study a lot when it comes to birth work and women birth, what happens after birth, because a lot of women's bodies get thrown out of whack from childbirth, whether it be a vaginal birth or a C-section. And Western medicine totally ignores that. There are a lot of women who, have painful sex and back problems and all these other issues after childbirth because of things being out of whack. And so me as a birth worker and the things that I've studied, it led me also to, and I've studied with a lot of people, but it led me to a woman named Pakazani. She's in Long Beach. I'm actually going to Long Beach this month to study with her some more. I've been studying with her probably since like 2013 or something. And I've co-taught with her. I've taught workshops with her in Costa Rica, in Oakland, in California. So we've co-taught, and I also study with her. And I cannot recommend her enough and talk about her enough. And if you watch all my videos, you hear me talk about her. And this is because I don't know anybody else like her. She is the truth. She's an herbalist, but she is the kind of herbalist that communicates with plants, okay? And she's real deal. I could go on for a long time talking about her and the things I've learned from her. I do have some videos on my YouTube page, The Body Scientist 81, with her. And I'll try to post them below my YouTube video, but you can find them. And she's what I call a womb chiropractor, okay? So she'll palpate a woman. She works with men too, but mostly on women. And a woman's laying on her back, and she'll palpate a woman's womb and feel where the internal organs are. Where is the uterus? Where are the ovaries? Where is the bladder? Where the intestinal, or the intestines, and feeling to see if they're in the right place, and seeing if they're inflamed. She can feel if there's cysts or tumors on them. And if they're in the wrong place, she'll move them into the right place, because it's important. Western medicine does not tell women that it is important for your internal organs to be in the right place. It's important for men too, but women have more of an issue with that because we have a uterus, okay? And so that if our uterus is not completely centered, it can cause a lot of health problems in women. I have YouTube videos on that too, the importance of sobadas and prolapse, preventing prolapse. So having a prolapse uterus, which is basically a drop uterus, a misplaced uterus, can cause all kinds of issues with women, including painful menstrual cycles, blood clotting menstrual cycles, painful sex, constipation, fertility issues, all kinds of things. And so Pakazani, I've learned a lot from her when it comes to vaginal steaming and from traditional Mexican ways of doing things, dealing with herbs. She talks a lot about the importance of fermented foods, which you always hear me talk about, how fermented foods and probiotics are critical. And you don't see a lot of nutrition people talking about that. Even so-called Sebi, who those of you who follow me know, I'm not a fan of Sebi, and I won't call him Dr. Sebi because he wasn't a doctor. Never been a fan of him. Always looked at the things that he talked about, didn't make sense, and the things that I thought that were really important, like telling people about probiotics and fermented foods, I never heard him mention that. And every culture has fermented foods. So Pakazani is the truth. She always talks about the importance of fermented food. She teaches people how to ferment their own foods. And the thing is that good bacteria, that's our first line of defense against infectious disease, okay? It's important for your digestive health, your immunity, all of those things. And Pakazani also, I was studying something called a rebozo. Rebozo is a fabric from Mexico, but not just Mexicans have it. Other people in the world also have it, but they have different names. But they're fabrics, that women will use throughout their lifetime for different things. But they'll use it to carry things. They use it for different things, but they will use it in labor to help turn babies. So you have women who have breech babies inside of them, and they need to be turned because for childbirth, the head should be facing down. So there are methods that old Mexican midwives have for turning babies with rebozos and using it in labor. And I had studied that with Gina Kirby, not the turning babies part, but Gina Kirby, she's a Mexican woman who teaches a workshop called Let the Partner Do It, where she teaches partner techniques with the rebozo. to help a woman through labor. And I took this workshop, I think, twice before, and I learned a lot, and I wanted to learn more about the rebozo. So I found there was a Mexican midwife, older woman I remember, who came to New York years ago and taught a workshop on turning babies with the rebozo, but she didn't speak English. It was all in Spanish. And a lot of the sacred knowledge, a lot of birthing knowledge, a lot of really important birthing knowledge is actually in Peru and Mexico and these Spanish-speaking countries. If you notice, they don't have any issues with reproducing. No matter how poor they are, they have babies. It's not an issue, right? But I study a lot with Pakistani, a lot of these things. And when she talks about, the placement of women's organs and the health of our womb, like, why, for example, using the menstrual cup, a lot of women like diva cups and menstrual cups, that can have issues. It can dislocate a woman's uterus. A lot of women are obsessed with having tight, hard abs. But it's not good for women's abs to be too hard and too concrete. We need some fluidity here. And this is one of the reasons why waist trainers are so bad. So, there's as a woman, when it comes to fitness, I have a degree in exercise and sports science. They don't teach you about, a woman's uterus is getting dislocated from doing certain exercises. They don't teach you about all the things that happen to a woman's body from childbirth. So, there's a lot of things that I've learned from studying with Pakistani that I didn't learn in school. But when she explains certain things, it's anatomically sound, okay? She never spent a single day in a college classroom. But if she's talking to a doctor, what she's saying is anatomically sound. She's not making up shit. That's the thing. You have people like someone like Sabi, who anybody who understands anything about the body and science can tell this dude is making up shit. Like, only people that believe him are people who don't know anything, So there are people who did not go to a university, but they still know what they're talking about. It's scientifically sound and it's still rooted in real shit. It's rooted in traditions, documented traditions. Nothing that Sabi was talking about was rooted in any documented traditions. In fact, there are people in Honduras right now who are older than he was when he died, and they live longer and do die from pneumonia. Only people with severely compromised immune systems die from pneumonia, just like the flu and coronavirus. Like, something, your immune system is greatly depleted. So if he knew so much about health and immune system, why did he die so young from pneumonia? Like, only AIDS patients die from that. So anyhow, I just think that it's really important to give respect where it's due. I always honor my teachers, and I have a client right now who's going to Pakistani to work with her this month. And that's the reason why I'm going to Long Beach with my client, because this is the client that I train on the East Coast, and she has some things going on. And so when Pakistani works with her, then I will also learn some more things. And because I work with I also train her. It's the perfect collaboration. It's like having two different doctors or practitioners who are working with you, communicating with each other, so we can have the best outcome for her, So I'm using it as an opportunity to learn more, and also to be sure, because things can be lost in translation. If my client goes to California and works with her and I'm not there, my client may come back and not remember the things that she was told, or remember certain things. And of course, Pakistani won't remember that because she works with a lot of people. So I spent a lot of time and money educating myself and studying, and this is why I don't respect so-called practitioners who don't know what they're talking about. They give people half information, half truths. And the problem with the internet now is that everybody thinks they can be a nutritionist. Everybody thinks that they are a health expert or trainer, and they barely put in the work. For me, this is years. I have been in this field for about 20 years now, right? But I have been researching thoroughly for no less than 17 years, okay? So there's a lot of people who haven't put in that work. You guys have no idea how much I read books, how much I analyze scholarly texts, how much I read studies, how much I listen to scientists speak, and listen to a lot of nerdy shit. A lot of people don't do that, but then everybody wants to be an expert. Like, I'm not a computer scientist, So if a computer science person tells me, or somebody who does cybersecurity starts telling me certain things, I'm not going to argue with them, because I don't study that shit. I don't sit around. I don't go to cybersecurity conferences and read cybersecurity research, So it's really annoying, because a lot of people want to act like experts, or they think because they did a few push-ups and their muscles are popping, now they're qualified to be a trainer. Big issue, okay? So definitely take a look at a lot of my YouTube videos, and you'll definitely learn a lot. But also, like for me, when I work with people, I never usually ask people for testimonials. Like people give me testimonials all the time. People are always, people that have learned a lot from me, either people I've worked with directly or indirectly. It could be people who have been following me on social media, listen to my videos. People will hit me in my inbox all the time and tell me how much they learned from me, how much I helped them. But it's like, I just want to say that I appreciate the feedback, but I would appreciate it so much more if people could write those comments publicly or make a video publicly. I never would ask people for testimonials, but I would notice that a lot of practitioners have testimonials. They have before and after pictures. They get people to talk and do testimonials. Pankazani is actually very good at that. But for me, I find that whenever I have asked somebody to do that, they always tell me they will, and they don't. They just, it just gets lost in the sauce. And there was one girl that I worked with in Miami. Oh, darn it. Hold on. My IG thing just went out. Give me a second. Hold on. Okay, so to those of you on IG, I was just talking for 17 minutes and the camera just stopped. So if you're watching this from this point on, you missed the first 17 minutes. And this is why I tell people, make sure you follow me on YouTube and IG. So those of you on IG, you can catch this whole video, and please do, on my YouTube page, The Body Scientist 81. Okay, The Body Scientist 81. Because the camera stopped for some reason. I don't know why. So what I was saying was, there's a girl who I worked with one-on-one in Miami. This is like maybe 3 years ago. Okay, and it was a private sensual strength training class. My sensual strength training class is a class I teach to women with the nani eggs, yoni eggs, vaginal crystal eggs that women work with vaginally. And I teach women how to do exercises with the eggs. I teach them how to work out properly in the gym and strength training. And I go through different dances of the African diaspora that involve intense hip movement to get them to connect with their hips and also start to get circulation here, increase the circulation and shake off shit. And so it'll increase their mind-body control with here, right? And so I did a private session with this girl, and she told me, I've been following you for years. And she told me I learned so much from you. And she had been working with the egg for a couple of years, but she wanted to up her practice with the egg work. And so we worked together one-on-one, okay? I spent more time with her than I should have, okay? She might have paid me for 6 hours. It might have been 6 hours worth of work or 7 hours. I was with her for like 9, okay? She was with me during my lunch break. And when I work, I do not like to go to lunch with my clients or people that I'm teaching. I like to be left alone, because if I go to lunch with people that I'm working with, it's like I'm still working because they keep talking to me about it and I don't get a break. So I couldn't get away from her during lunch. I spent more time with her than I should have. And I gave her some free online video classes because I thought she was cool. And this is out of niceness on my heart. I'm just like, because I'm always being extra giving, right? Sometimes to my detriment. So in the end, she starts praising me, telling me, oh my God, I learned so much from you. And she's just going on. So I asked her, which I never do. And I asked her, can you put that in a video for me? And I never asked anybody to do that. I asked her, okay? She said, yeah, sure, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. She did this video. She sent it to me, okay? Told me it was okay to post it on YouTube. I posted on YouTube. Next thing I know, a week later, I get this message from YouTube saying I have a copyright violation. I have a strike against my account, and it's because of this video. Whoever the person in this video said they didn't give you permission to post this video. I didn't understand where I was shocked by that, because the last time I spoke to her, she said it was okay. She sent it to me to post on social media. And I'm thinking, if she had a problem, why didn't she say something to me instead of reporting it to YouTube and having a strike against my page? Because when you get 3 strikes against your page gets deleted. And I've had that happen to me before, but for some hateration shit. So I couldn't understand what that was about. And so I wrote her to just make sure that's what happened. And she wrote me the nastiest messages, okay? She wrote me so many text messages insulting me, telling me how, like, it was just nasty shit. I had no idea where it came from. Okay, I'm like, whoa. Like, last time I saw you, you were praising me about how much I helped you. So I asked if you put it in a video, because people always tell me that, but it would help if you told the world that, right? because I'm not backed by big companies and budgets and sponsors. No, this is all me. I spend lots of money and lots of time researching, getting the truth, educating my clients, okay? And I make way less than doctors and a lot of other people, right? I don't have sick days. I don't have vacation days. I work every day, okay? And if I don't work, I don't make money. So the thing is that, so I'm like, it would be great if you could tell that to the world. I didn't force her to do it. If she would have told me she didn't want to do it, that would have been fine. But she said yes. And she did this video, and she did a nice video going into depth about what I taught her, the things she learned. And then all of a sudden you flip on me and start sending me these nasty messages. I didn't understand that. I blocked her. That was about 3 years ago, okay? Now, today, I wake up this morning and she sent me an email apologizing to me for that. And I'm like, bitch, are you nuts? First of all, I don't even want to respond to her because all I want to do is curse her the fuck out. I really do. Okay? And that's the problem about, dealing with sick people. When you're a healer, when you are a healer, you track a lot of sick people. And there are a lot of sick people who will try to project their sickness onto you and abuse you. Okay? And there are a lot of people that I've helped in this lifetime who have been completely ungrateful, who have used me for what they could get, and have given no thanks and no respect and no credit where it was due. Lots of plagiarism, lots of that, but for me, I'm not that kind of person. I will always give respect to those who I've learned a lot from, for those that had a huge influence on my life and my learning. I have a serious issue with people who don't do that, okay? That's number one. Number two, I will always give testimonials for people who have changed my life and people who've taught me a lot of things, especially information that you can't just get everywhere, okay? Because with social media and the internet, we have access to more information, but we also have access to more bullshit. And a lot of people can't even weed through the bullshit. And there's a lot of things that I know that I put people onto, and I tell people that you don't hear often, okay? So, for me, when I meet people like that, like Pankazani and Digimama in California, I'm always going to give her props. I'm always going to tell people about her, especially people who could really benefit from working with her, because I don't even know another person that does what she does. So certain women who are having certain issues, I don't even know another person that I could recommend you to. There's a lot of people out here, so-called yoni steam practitioners and all this stuff, a lot of made up shit. There are people who are the real, and all I'm going to say is for the people who are listening to this, if you are somebody who has learned a lot from me, because I hear that all the time, please write that on my YouTube videos. Write that on my Instagram posts. And be detailed maybe about it. If you learn something from me that has helped your family and helped your health, which I hear a lot, please share it, and if somebody has ever worked with me, or not directly or indirectly, and you feel compelled to make a video about it, then that's welcome too. But I think that it's important to give respect where it's due, give thanks publicly to those who have helped us in that way, and to acknowledge our teachers, So that's really what I wanted to say. I mean, some people don't want to share testimonials because they don't want to talk about their own personal shit, which I understand. That's why you can even write things on YouTube, and nobody has to know who you are. But just understand that there's power in sharing stories. We all can learn from other people's stories, other things that people have gone through, other things that people have battled or cured from or got stronger from. I have tons of clients I've worked with who were vegans and they messed up the health of their sons. I've seen that a lot. And none of those clients will ever publicly speak about that, and how their kids might have gotten better from listening to my advice, because some people are embarrassed that they did that in the first place, and they might have been so pro-vegan. Now they never want to come out and talk against it once they were already doing that, But sharing is caring, and we can definitely learn from other people's stories. So just understand, if you have gone through something and you got better from it, if you do share your story, it can help other people who might be going through the same thing or about to go through the same thing or about to go, they're believing this bullshit propaganda and you've been there, done that. When you share your story, you can help other people. So just understand that too. Sharing is caring. So let's not be so selfish. And to those of you who follow me, if you do learn from my videos, please share my videos, like them, leave comments, all those good things. All right, so I'm gonna end this video now. If you are on YouTube and you don't follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at the_body_scientist on Instagram. And if you're on Instagram and you don't follow me on YouTube, be sure to follow me at the Body Scientist 81. And for those of you in IG, you're getting the end of this conversation because I was already talking and the camera stopped and didn't save. So to get the whole beginning of this 25-minute conversation, you can find it on my YouTube page, The Body Scientist 81. Okay, people, have a great day. Bye.